Perfect.
I'm hoping they'll turn off the music.
You can talk. I'm good.
Okay.
So how do you feel today?
I feel great. Best I've felt in a long time.
What does this victory mean to you and your team?
Say that one more.
How does victory mean to you and the team?
I mean, yeah, no. I mean, a lot. There's a lot going on. We set a record, actually a national record today, going 32-0. I don't think any team, college-wise, has ever done that in the state of Arizona. I'm going to have to do some research on that, so that's quite an accomplishment. But the biggest thing is getting the #1 seed for the national tournament, and then hopefully we've got some more work to do in the national tournament. Hope we come back with another trophy.
So what was the first thing when you went through the last buzz and you hear it's done? So how did you feel at that moment?
Well, it was definitely a relief, and it was a burden on my shoulders, and I think the pressure was getting to me a little bit, and I'm glad it's over with.
Do you think the pressure was getting to the guys?
Oh, no question, no question. But again, the best thing about this team is their maturity and their leadership and all that kind of stuff. And after halftime, they came out and played the Pima way. And had we played that way the whole game, it would have been it wouldn't have been a close game. But they're kids, and that's basketball, and it happens all the time. And I'm just glad that we're done with it.
Had you trailed in a game in the second half this season?
That's a great question. I don't think so. Maybe one time against Dawson, a Division I school from Montana that I played in a tournament. We had a shot at the buzzer to beat them, but it hasn't been very many times, if any.
Right. Is it a good thing to experience a close game, some adversity going into the national tournament?
No question. I totally agree. I mean, obviously, we like blowouts and all that kind of stuff, but like you said, going into the tournament, when we made some mistakes down the stretch, we went our spread offense, and during that time, it's a layup. Everything is off 2 feet, and the guy threw a hook pass all the way down, out of bounds. So there's things that we can take away from this, show our guys film right there, and hopefully not make those mistakes in the national tournament.
I think you've had 2 games this year where you scored less than 80 points. They were both against Chandler Gilbert, and tonight you were right at 80. Is that familiarity on their part? Are they just a well-coached team? Do they slow the game down? Why do you think?
All the above.
Okay.
Silsby's a really good coach, for one, but two, we have contrasting styles. We're trying to score 150, and they're trying to score 70, and that's just the way they play. And not saying one's right or wrong, but every time we play them, we're trying to get them to speed up, and they're well coached. It's hard to get them to speed up.
This was a game where your three-point shot wasn't falling as much as maybe as efficiently as usual, but you had the inside force with Gabe. Was he kind of in the rock of this?
Oh,
team?
no question. I mean, people are asking me, the reason we're in this position, and it's really one reason. It's Gabe Oldham. His leadership and maturity is unbelievable. He's more mature than I am, to be honest with you. And you saw where there were huddles where I wouldn't even go in, and he was running the huddle. And that's what he brings to the table. He brings all of our guys close together, and he was a rock down the stretch, saying all the right things, doing the right things, and he's basically a coach on the floor. And you don't get those guys very often.
He's from Utah?
Yes.
How did you get him down here to Tucson?
A buddy of mine saw him play, and we just started recruiting him and calling him and stuff, and he came down on a visit, and we sold him on, the whole, the way we play. A lot of teams don't play the way we play, where they actually throw the ball inside and use their 4 and 5 man, and we do. And so I think that was a selling factor on getting him to Pima College.
Sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you had lost this game, you'd probably still make the tournament, correct?
That is correct.
Would that have been satisfying in any shape or form if it had turned out that way?
Yeah, it's always satisfying to get a bid to the national tournament. But I've done this a long time, and we've been there 6 times. We got beat in the national championship game in 2018, and we were the 2 seed going in. So it's really advantageous to be in the top 4 seed-wise, because you get to play a lesser opponent your first round. Last year we were the 9 seed. We played the 8 seed, who was #1 all year long, and we got beat the first night. So being the #1 seed in the national tournament is a huge advantage. Huge.
What do you expect to be one of the top 4 based on what you're ranking?
No, we'll be #1.
You'll be #1.
We'll be #1. So we were #1 the last 3 weeks of the season. We're the only undefeated team in the entire country, JUCO-wise. Division I, II, you can look up whatever you want. Nobody's got 32 wins, and we do. And so we will get the #1 seed.
Sure. And what's your message to the team as you head into that event?
Well, we got 4 days to prepare here. We leave on Friday. We got 4 days in Tucson. We just got to get better. There's things that you don't get to work on every day, like the last couple minutes of the game, and we just need to work on those things. And shooting, we haven't shot it well. We didn't shoot well tonight. Last game, we struggled again from the three-point line. Our three best shooters were 0 of 12. So I don't know if that's nerves or what, but we're going to do a ton of shooting the next week and try to correct that.
Do you think it's a positive if you win a game when the conference player of the year is maybe off?
Oh yeah. Oh, I do. Other guys had to step up, and Gabe stepped up. Max Marley played really well. Cota played well. And that's the best thing about this team is I got 9 guys that can play, and it's not always the same guy. We've had, if you go back and look at leading scores and all that kind of stuff, it's probably been 6, 7, 8 guys. Like last game, Isaac was our best player. He came off the bench and had 19 points last game. So you never know who it's going to be, and I think that's what makes us dangerous.
What did it feel like to snip the net there and hold it up for the team?
No, it's awesome because we did it last year, but it was on the road, so we didn't get to the Tucson people that came out, that support us didn't get to see it, and so they got to see it firsthand. And the last couple games and that we've had, the whole community in Tucson is coming out to watch us play, and we appreciate it. Our guys play so much harder when there's people in the stands than when there's nobody there. So that was big time for us to have all those people there.
Awesome.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach, appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank you.